Hey, well, this is Zacchaeus with another live word of the day. God bless, God bless. And thank you for tuning in. And for those who are tuning in for the first time, I thank you. And for those who've been consistently support me, I thank you as well. Well, today I want to discuss what is discernment of the Spirit. What is discernment of the Spirit? Discernment of the Spirit is when, yes, you're saved and you're born again. You're a Christian, you're born again, but you have the special gift and you're closer to the Lord because you developed a close encounter with the Lord Jesus Christ. And He's giving you the gift to see things before it happens. He's giving you the gift to discernment to see things before it comes. And what I did was I broke down the three elements of the definition of this, the spirit of discernment. Now I'm gonna go into number one. Number one is you no longer have a desire for the pleasure of the world. You know, there's many people that say they're Christians and they serve Jesus, but yet they still have a taste for the world. They still have a yearning desire to seek the pleasures of the world. They still have they still want to be loving the world and loving God at the same time. They still want the desires to, what I mean by desires, meaning that they still want to seek that pleasure, drink, party all the time, go on lavish vacations, and those sort of things. They want to just live that pleasurable life, live that pleasurable life without making a difference in their brother man's life or their sister's life. So they still have that yearning desire. So when you have the discernment of the Spirit, your desires for the world diminishes. Your desires for pleasure, there's nothing wrong with having a good time once in a while, but your desires are not as strong as how you used to be. Just being in the presence of the Lord and having a good time, and this is such thing, having a good time in Jesus. Like whether you're praising Father with music, or you're praising Him with just being among fellow brothers and sisters in Christ, and you're having a good time. People are enjoying each other's company, and you know, and once in a while you're going to maybe amusement park, and you're just having a good time with your fellow brothers and sisters, and you're enjoying their company, and it's just clean fun, nothing vulgar, nothing out of order. So you have no desires to be in worldly pleasures. You have no desires to just be splurging your money just on lavish vacations. And nothing wrong with going on a vacation once in a while. That's not what I'm saying. But your desires to party, drink, and to just have all the sex you want, it diminishes. It diminishes. And you settle down with a godly person. You settle down with somebody that God has set aside for you. And your desires for the pleasures of this world is you don't have a yearning desire for it. That's number one. Number two is when you can sense when someone is gonna hurt you. That's number two. When Jesus was with his disciples, he sensed things that was gonna happen when Judas betrayed Jesus. He knew Judas was gonna betray him. That's the discernment of the Spirit. You know when somebody's gonna hurt you. You know when somebody's gonna do something to you, and you don't sense, or when you're among them, when you're around them, you don't sense a spirit. Your spirit feels uneasy. It doesn't feel, you don't feel a comfort in your spirit. You feel uneasy, so therefore you tend to want to push away from that person. That's discernment of the Spirit. You feel an uneasiness with that person. You don't feel a comfort with that person. That's the Lord trying to tell you something, that the Lord is telling you that this person is not right, this person is not legit, and I want you to distance yourself from this person. Maybe this person could be your used to be friend, and he's come around again, or she's come around again, and you sense that something is not right, or you felt that they're gonna use you. It's just like when Jesus was with his disciples, he knew that Peter was gonna betray him when the cock crowed, and he knew that Judas was gonna betray him. He knew it way before it happened. That's the discernment of the Spirit. And number three Number three is you know when your blessings are coming. That's a beautiful thing. You know when God has set you up in the right place at the right time, and you know God has something for you. And you just feel, it just fits. Your spirit feels right. Your spirit feels right, and you just fits like a glove. Your spirit feels just right, that you're in the right place at the right time, and now you're gonna get that business deal. Now you're gonna get that business money that you applied for, that business grant that you applied for your business, and God is putting you in that place right now to receive that money that you're gonna get. Or when you know God has set you up with somebody that you've been online searching for a husband, or for a husband, or as a woman you're online searching for a man, but God has put you with the right person. God has put you with, or maybe you're not even online. You just happen to meet that person that God has that God has put in place for you to meet, and God is telling you, tugging at your heart, that's your mate. That's who God has set up for you that's who God has set up for you to be with. And you just sense it, a rightness in your spirit. God is speaking to you. God is talking to you about that person is for you. That's the sermons of the Spirit. You know when things are going to happen before it happens. You know when it's going to happen before it happens. And you can sense when somebody is going to hurt you. You know when, and number, I'm going back, let me go back to the list I have right here. You no longer have a desire for the pleasures of the world. No longer have a desire for the pleasures of the world. Yeah, the pleasures of the world is, if you could live without partying for months and weeks and years, but you don't have a taste to have a good time by drinking and lavish partying and rubbing elbows with the rich and famous. Your desires for that diminishes. Now you want to serve God, and you want to serve, and you want to do His work, and you want to do you want His purpose to be revealed in your life. That's number one. Number two, when you can sense someone is going to hurt you. And I mentioned Jesus when it comes to His disciples. You know when somebody's going to hurt you. You know, you sense it. Something don't feel right when you're hanging with this person. Something don't feel right when you're hanging with this person, or you're dating this person. Hello, when you're dating this person, something in your spirit don't feel right. You don't know what it is, but God is talking to you. God is telling you something, that this person is not for you. You're going to be lined up. You're going to be set up. And many, many times, folks, because you didn't listen to the Spirit of the Lord, for many, many times, that could cost you your life, or that could cause you to get in trouble that you cannot get out of. So always listen to your spirit. When God is saying that something is not right with this person, something is not right with this person that you're dating, or something is not right with this person that you're hanging out with, or you're breaking bread with. Something is not right, and God is speaking to you, and God is telling you that that's what you call discernment of the Spirit. God is speaking to you, and God is telling you that something is not right with this person, and God is going to reveal to you. So always obey this. But when the Lord is telling you something, always can obey the Spirit of the Lord, because, folks, that can be your life. That can be your life. Some people you wish you never met. Some people you wish you never bumped into. And that can be your life. So always and the only way to know that you have the Spirit, the discernment of the Spirit, the only way to know before you have the discernment of the Spirit is when you pray every day, and you dig into His Word, and you have a personal walk and talk with Jesus. That's the only way you would know that to develop discernment of the Spirit, that God has given you that gift. He gives you discernment to know when things are going to happen to you, when things are going to happen, or you may be a blessing to somebody. Maybe God is speaking to you. You know, God can speak to somebody else to you. He can even use your enemies to speak to you and tell you, listen, that path you're going is not right. He can use other people to speak to you. God can use other people to speak to you, or He can show you something on a video, on a YouTube video. God can speak to you through a YouTube video, or God can speak to you by just being still and quiet and having that prayer closet. God can speak to you that way. So always develop a prayer closet. Always get closer to the Lord. And going into number 3, you know when the beautiful thing, you know when your blessings are coming. You ever tapped into a business and it just don't feel right? when God is saying that's not the right thing for you. And you just keep pulling away from it because God is saying something that's not what I have for you. I have something that's different for you. I have something that's maybe better for you, that fits you like a glove. I have a special task for you to do. And the very thing that he has for you to do, you didn't know what it was. And you looked at it, but you're not too sure. But you seem to like it, and you seem to like, well, Lord, this is working out. I see this working out. And boom, God has opened a new door for you to get maybe a new stream of income. God has opened up a new door for you to get into this business venture, or to learn a new skill, or for you to inquire about maybe changing your group or your environment you hang out with. There's discernment. God give you discernment. When you get close to the Lord, He give you discernment to know that these people are right, and these are not the right people to hang out with. These are not the right people to hang out with. God will give you that discernment. Well, the live word of the day is coming out of John 16 verses 13. When the spirit of the truth, when the spirit of truth comes, He will lead you into the truth. When the spirit of truth comes, He will lead you into the truth. Well, this is Zacchaeus with another live word of the day. God bless. And if you like this, if you like what I shared, smash that like button. Also subscribe to my channel, Zacchaeus Gospel. And I thank you for tuning in. God bless. Love and peace to all of y'all. Thank you so much for your patience, and thank you for listening to me. God bless, and thank you for listening. And if you like what I shared, smash that like button. God bless. Thank you so much.